Now it is time to talk politics with Michael Genovese from Loyola Marymount's World Policy Institute.
We have just about 80 days left before Election Day. So have the campaigns showed their hands in respect to how they're going to handle the next 2.5 months? Well,
they have to. Now's the time when you have to build a strategy to win the 270 electoral votes. So you have to remember, it's not the popular vote that counts, it's electoral votes. And so each state is treated separately. So you've got 50 plus elections going on, and you have to win each of those individually to get to the 270 mark, and that's the electoral college victory.
But is it, with the 80 days, is it still too early to chart out the overall strategies of the two camps?
Well, I think what's happening is both camps are trying to solidify their base first. They're still doing that. Hillary with the Bernie folks, Donald with the regular Republicans. And so once you do that, once you solidify that base, then you've got to count your electoral votes. Right now, the Democrats can count on about 230, the Republicans 190. And so you have to go state by state. Which states can I win? In Hillary's case, 40, in Donald's case, 80 electoral votes. And so it's going to be a state-by-state basis on which they will devise a strategy to get to the magic number.
So break down the Electoral College for us exactly, and why isn't it we the people who ultimately elect the president?
Well, the Electoral College was a hastily put together compromise at the last minute. The men who invented the presidency 230 years ago were perplexed. How do you select a president? They knew how to select a king, but how do you select a president? And so their first effort was to say, well, let's have the Congress do it. Elected by the states, they'd be representative, but that was thrown out because it would violate the separation of powers. It would make the president a servant of the Congress. And so then they said, well, why not the people? But you have to remember that at that time, democracy was still not widely accepted, even by the framers. They wanted a republic, not a democracy, and they feared. Alexander Hamilton, for example, used to talk about mobocracy instead of democracy, how the people could become a mob and how they could be whipped up into a frenzy. And so kind of at the last minute, the framers said, well, what are we going to do? And they put together this electoral college. No other country in the world has any such thing. And so it's unique to the United States, and somehow it's worked after a fashion.
But that's why a candidate can win the popular vote yet still lose the presidency.
Exactly. And of course that happened in 2000 when Al Gore won the popular vote by a significant margin. But after the Florida kerfuffle, Gore lost the presidency. Bush won it because of the Electoral College marks.
So are the candidates forced to run a 50-state strategy then?
No, you shouldn't do that. You solidify your base and then you start going state by state. And there are maybe no more than 10 or 12 states that are in play. And those states are going to be where the race is fought. Those are going to be the key states. You probably are going to figure that the big states, Florida, Ohio, and others, if you take the 10 closest races in 2012, Obama won 9 out of 10 of those. They have some big electoral states. And so what Hillary has to do is maybe win 4 or 5. Donald has to win 7 or 8. So his road's a little tougher, but that's the road that they have to take, and it's going to be fought in 5 or 6 states.
Wow, and unfortunately California is not one of them.
No, we're a blue state. Hillary's well ahead, and so you'll see the candidates out here raising money but not raising votes.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much for your insight, as always. We appreciate it.